This is Ross and Netta from Retro Dream Beam. I'm about to talk about all the stuff we were shipping out today on Monday for the weekend. So it's kind of a crazy weekend. We're running short on time, so I have to just jump right into it. So the first thing right here is the MechWarrior Dark Age. This is one of their little like August 2002 promo figures. So I think like 4 of these. This is the first one that sold. I made a note to relist. I just made sure that there was no damages. This is a game by WizKids where you collect these little mechs and you also have like tanks, vehicles, infantry. This sold for $13.49 plus shipping. Everything is going to be plus shipping. That's going international. All right, moving along. I accepted like a small offer. These are Star Wars Armada. These are the little instruction booklets for a bunch of different expansions. Fantasy Flight Games did Star Wars Armada, where instead of their smaller game, the X-Wing is a couple of small ships fighting against each other as dogfights in the air. This one's like you have these big fleets figures, but they're actually really tiny, even though they're big ships. These are just the little booklets, instruction booklets that tell you the rules and what components come into with the little expansion. So yeah, this still sold for $5.99. This is going to a repeat buyer. All right, moving along. This one was interesting because I'm not sure like where these come from. These are 2 Avalon Hill. These are going to be, I believe, for Panzer Blitz 1970 board game. These are some combat charts here. I think that these are on top of like the box, like it's like a slip case where you open it up and it's right there on the front, I think. So it's someone, I think, carefully removed these. So yeah, 2 of these, I just put these together. This ended up going for $8.99. So yeah, I've been selling all like these board game bits and pieces from like a collection I bought of all this like loose stuff. All right, moving along, we have Star Trek Galaxy class right here. This is going to be one of the ships. I actually sold 2 of them today. So yeah, this is just the first one. These are deep cuts by WizKids. These are for the attack wing game. They have Star Trek Dragons, and then they also have like World War II, I think, or at least some kind of military battle. All right, this one, they're pre-primed, so the person can open it up, paint it up, and swap it in with the one with actual rule sets and stuff. I haven't gotten like actual attack wing stuff. This sold for $10 to repeat buyer. All right, moving along, we have some really cool, you probably can't see it. This is going to be some terrain right here. The little flowers on it. This is like 4 inches by 2 inches. Someone asked me like what the length was. I had it as the last few pictures, but then they kind of like made me think about doing my picture order arrangement slightly different. Normally I put the measurements all the way at the end. Now I'm probably going to do like the first few pictures of the actual item, and maybe like picture number 2, 3, or 4. I'm going to start doing measurements earlier. That's probably more important than just different angles of this, and then I'll add more pictures at the end if that makes sense. So maybe think about my picture arrangement. $7.50. A lot of people miss my measurement pictures, but I always put them at the back end. So maybe that was the issue people were having. They just weren't going through all of the pictures. I take it kind of as many as I need. Sometimes I probably have like an average of like 12 or 14. I like to take a lot of pictures. All right. Moving along, we have some zombie side combo orders. So there's 3 sets here. Let's see, this is $24.42 right here. These are, I haven't played zombie side. Well, I did play one time in 2013, so a long time ago. These are basic weapons. It's like a set of 6. These are 11 epic weapons, and then these were like 30. They were like zombies and stuff, and other cards in here. So this was more of a bulk thing of cards. Got a bunch of zombie side stuff. Had to kind of piece it together without playing too much of it. All right. Next up is going to be a lot of this GHQ stuff. People paid for it at different times. I told them that I was having trouble with invoices, so I just told them that I would refund all the excess shipping. So I'm gonna have to figure out who these go to later on. All right, Anetta's gonna help me with that. So this right here is gonna be, I labeled this one double N. This is 4 little tank hull bases. So I had a bunch of this GHQ stuff, like a whole bin, a couple thousand. Took like a day and a half to organize them all, and then I just did like the similar miniatures with the similar miniatures. I couldn't identify them, but I've still been selling them. $5.99 for this one to repeat buyer. They probably got some of my stuff, the GHQ stuff, before. That's probably why they keep picking up all the little lots. They have to. I have a couple hundred listings of them, so they probably have to look through all of them. All right, moving along, we have this Warhammer Fantasy. It's going to be, what character was this? Oh, I don't know. Sorry. It's like a warlock witch person. It's damaged staff right here, but it's still cool because it's like the metal miniatures are older for Warhammer, and it's a cool fantasy one. Sold for $20.99. All right, next up, the person was really excited for this. I thought this one was pretty cool. I unfortunately have it already neatly sealed, so I don't want to take it out. But this is a Warhammer 40K. It's like a newspaper. You fold it out, and it has all these. It's like a catalog newspaper, so super cool. They said they were hyped for this. This sold for $12. So I'm glad that they were excited. I like to get like unique catalogs and magazines. You've seen me sell stuff like that before. All right, moving along, we have some more. I think this is to the same person, but they paid separately. We're just going to refund the excess shipping. So they got double Z. That these are just my labels. So a bunch of tank hull bases right here. They got an I right here, which is more tank bases. And then these are World War II Micro Armor GHQ metal miniatures. Then they got PP right here, which is a bunch of turrets. They probably paired it up with whatever bases they got. And the last thing are these like little trucks. These I don't think were like too incomplete. I think they're just trucks. It's going to be, did I forget to grab this one? I'll have to check later. I don't see it right in front of me right now. All right, that stinks. If I did miss that one, that's going to be pretty rough. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I'll have to check later in the bag. Oh, it's right here. Woo! Woo! Monday's usually, woo. This would have been a bad mistake because I want to ship all this to the same person. It would have been kind of like a disaster because they've been paying since Friday for all these things. All right, woo, saved. And I was like putting her hand on her face, just getting nervous I made a mistake. All right, moving along, we have 4 of these cube little blocks. I wrote them down as like a little they look like miniature or collectible like standy bases where you glue something on top and it has this nice little wooden thing. Maybe you can put some varnish on it. Maybe you can put like a little title of what it is. So sold these for $10. Got it with miniature stuff, so that's what I assumed it was for. All right, next up is going to be a huge, this was just like miscellaneous various metal miniature bits and pieces. It's gonna be like 100 different soldiers, all sorts and types right here. This was kind of just like a loose thing I had, and I figured because I couldn't really identify what brand and stuff just to put it all together. It was in the same bag. He sold for $20. It's kind of easy when I get stuff from a collection. They already are in like one bag, and then I just make a lot from it, if that makes sense. All right, next up is a combo order. Sold 10 of these. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of these. Gundam War, I think it's from 2005 CCG collectible card game. These are all foils, anything between a common all the way up to a rare. I got a bunch of stuff, $5 for a huge lot of it at an auction. And then it happened to probably be one of my best things from the auction other than some Warhammer miniature bits and pieces. We have $71 for these 10 cards. I don't have time to go through all of them. But all right, next up is going to be, it's like this like unicorn, pewter unicorn. It's not My Little Pony right here, a little miniature. I have it like in its baggie. It's like a couple inches high by a couple inches right there. It has its horn. Someone's going to maybe collect the unicorns, or they're going to paint it up. This sold for $5. All right, next up is going to be this. What brand is this? I think this is from 1950s Dakin. I think that's what's called Dream Pets. We have this little reindeer. Sorry, I have a little packaging on it just to make sure it stayed a little like clean as much as it could. It was already a little bit dirty. But yeah, I think it's from the 1950s, so it's super solid. It's $15 for that. I originally thought this was bigger, so when I saw that sold, I was like, oh, we're going to have to package a big stuffed animal plush, but that one happened to be small. So I was like, okay. I was originally like looking for like a big thing in the box. I'm like, oh, it's not in this box. And I realized it was like not as big as I thought. All right, next up, another one of Star Trek Attack Wings Galaxy class. This one I have labeled B because there's a little bit of a bend here in the packaging. If they're going to open up, it doesn't matter, but like I'm going to have to make sure that I send the less bent one to the person that paid for that one. This ended up selling for $12, so a little bit more than that one. That one sold for $10. Like, we take offers. It just depends on our mood of the day or what's been sent to us. That's going to a repeat buyer. Really lucky with the repeat buyers. All right, next up is going to be one of these. Got a bunch of these like cups from some lady that goes on vacation. She had a bunch of these. Let's see, this one's Cabana Bay Beach Resort right here. It's like one of those thermos things. They were all, I think, unused. She travels somewhere, gets some, and then her whole shelf was full and she wanted to like get new ones, so she just donated them to us. This sold for $16.50. All right, moving along. I think I've sold this before, and I think I also have another one listed. So this is like an Uncle Sam cast iron. It's like a little coin bank. You put the little coin there. He drops it in. His little beard goes, and then down here we also have the rubber stopper. Super heavy, so we charge shipping. Therefore, we get less money for these. Sold for $16.88. I like the coin banks. The cast iron ones are kind of heavy, so I don't know like how much I want to deal with them in the future. Just because like they make those bins I have in the storage really heavy. All right, moving along. I haven't played this board game, but I had someone ready to teach me who just never got around to it. These are 74 cardboard pieces for Rising Sun board game. My cool miniatures or not, I believe it's going to be like a samurai territory control game where you're going to pick your like race or faction. There's going to be like a board of territories to go after. You're going to have like powers. You're going to be getting like political influence, coins, abilities, and stuff like that. These are just tokens for it. Sold for $10. Because I never really played the game, when I saw that stuff, I'm like, I think that's Rising Sun, but I'm not too sure like how useful those will be. But they ended up selling actually over the weekend, so sold pretty quickly. Moving along, right here is going to be cool miniatures or not. Song of Fire, Ice and Fire. Game of Thrones game is such a long title for them. Cool miniatures or not. These are magnetized. I'm gonna have to package these because there's like a flagberry. We've had them like break off before, so I have to like ship them. And this is like one of the few things that does not like to ship. So this ended up selling for $15. I got a collection of the Song of Ice and Fire stuff from an auction. Doing pretty well with it. This sold for $15. I still have like a third of it left, but a lot of it sold. All right, moving along, we have a combo order for the GHQ stuff, 4 of them for $44.96. We have J, Triple A, Triple H, and Triple V right here. These are all 3 lots of these are the turrets, the little like shooter guns on top, and then one of them is going to be actual holes, like the bases to the tanks. So that was pretty good. All right. Next up is going to be Star Wars Armada. So the game that I was talking about earlier. What did I sell earlier? What was it was the little instruction booklets. These are just going to be a bunch of tokens. This is from, I think, a combination of an expansion and a base game. It's not complete, but it's a ton of tokens for the stuff. The dials are probably the most useful, and all these little cardboard things. It's probably annoying to like have to. The base game probably doesn't give you they probably give you just enough to play, but it's going to be annoying if you're playing with someone else. It's a game where you duel someone else. This one's a repeat buyer for $20, so pretty cool. I have more Star Wars Armada bits and pieces from the instruction booklets to that. I don't know if I do think I have some miniatures. I just have to go through it. They're just not complete. All right, next up is going to be Kaijudo by Wizards of the Coast. This is when I try to redo it. These are demo decks, one of each of the colors: nature, darkness, water, and then lights right here, and then the Fire Civilization. Really cool game. It's supposed to be like an intro to kind of like the Wizards of the Coast Pokemon into Magic type of thing. I think they gave up on it. I forgot what year they gave up on it. A lot of fun. I played it for like a couple months. I do like it, so I'm glad someone's going to have fun with this. These demo decks are a lot of fun. $35.99, even without getting like the expensive packs. They are really awesome. They are really awesome. And is laughing at me. All right. It is. It's fun. Next up is going to be a lot of 3 Advanced Squad Leader. These are the cardboard maps right here, numbers 22 through 24. I just found someone that did a bunch of, on YouTube, a bunch of history of Advanced Squad Leader, because like I don't know too much about it. I've sold a lot of the stuff, so I just wanted it, but the game goes pretty deep. There's a lot of rules to it, so I was just like listening to in the background yesterday just about some basic rules, like what the boards mean. He said that there was like over 100 boards. I was told before that the earlier boards are more common because they were in like the intro sets, so like more people have them, where the later ones are from expansions. He also mentioned that there was like custom boards, so there's probably a couple hundred total. Not all of them are going to be official by the company. This one's a repeat buyer for $17.50. I do have a couple boxes of these boards to list, and they've been doing pretty well, so I should list more. I have to organize a bunch today. Like I have a disaster to clean up. All right, moving along, we have this RPG, Castles and Crusades. I sold this one, I think, last week, the Hallowed Ring right here. I had another one, so I relisted it when I was at the storage unit. Just a quick little like adventure for someone. I don't know if this is, it doesn't say D20 system, which would be the Dungeons and Dragons system. There's a lot of like third-party books that kind of just use the Dungeons and Dragons rules. I could be wrong. I'm just going to assume maybe not, because this doesn't say D20 system on it. This sold for $7 to repeat buyer. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but I had a bunch of these at one point. All right, moving along, something completely different. These are Kokeshi dolls, like ceramic little dolls. There's a red one, a green one, and a blue one. Sorry, I already have it packaged up right here in like a little food seal baggie with like a little seal. This ended up selling for $18. I don't remember where we got this. Annetta probably picked it up at Goodwill, or maybe we got it at like an estate sale with like a, put a bunch of stuff in a pile and hope for the best. Moving along, we have Civilization board game by Avalon Hill. This is just the rules of play, and then there's like a little advanced civilization little sheet if you want to expand your game and make it more complicated. Sold for $10. Also listed this recently. A lot of the stuff I listed recently, or at least like five or so items, which is a lot, honestly. Normally things take a long time to sell, especially all this like stuff that like you have to find someone that wants to play Zombicide and wants the cards, or someone that wants to play the Song of Fire and Ice game, the Game of Thrones one. All right, next up is going to be Warhammer Incomplete. So this is character sheets for Warhammer Fantasy. This is from, I think, 2005. Incomplete meaning just didn't have all the sheets, but there's still a bunch in there. It's like a character pack right here. So you write all like your different spells and stuff like that. Pretty cool thing for someone. You can probably just print this out. It sold for $6.75. That stuff usually people are willing to throw away, and I like to list them still, because sometimes people just want the official sheets. They don't want to have to like constantly deal with their printer. Maybe they just, how printers can be really annoying. So they were probably just like, I just want to buy some sheets. All right. And they really like the game. Next up is 15 miniature dice right here. Could not identify them. Kind of sad. There's like there's a one pip right here. Then there's like the starburst with the circle around it. Then there's the starburst without the circle. No idea for what game. It's probably like a miniature game. It's probably like the 3 little symbols, and some of them are blank, or probably just like how hard your hits is. Maybe like the explosions, probably like the crits. The regular star is probably like a normal, and maybe the 1 dot is like a small effect, or maybe like a special effect. That's my complete guess. $12 for that though, for 15 of them. I put miniature game white dice with red markings, I think is what was my listing title. So even without identifying stuff, I can still list it. All right, we got Lotus. Oh, she wants to go up there and look at the birdies. All right, last up is Avalon Hill 1970 Panzer Blitz. So I think we sold the 2 little sheets over there. This is going to be the board, but one of them has like someone used the duct tape. It's like well done duct tape. So pretty cool that this sold. Someone just needs another board. Sold for $13.49. All right, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to help support us. Take a look at our shop down below.